Hey guys, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing another tutorial. This is actually the look I wore in one of my previous videos. I think it was the drugstore haul video that I did, and I had a few of you guys request for me to do the look I wore in that video. So that's what I recreated today. Purples are some of my favorite shadows to play around with. And again, no winged liner, so this look is pretty easy. You just need a handful of blending brushes. I did unfortunately have to use a couple different palettes and a few single eyeshadows, but that's just kind of what I have in my collection. Also, I've been playing around with the soap brow technique. I've been seeing a lot of tutorials of people doing soap brows. I myself had never heard about this technique. I think I've finally gotten the hang of it. It took me a few times, and I will be doing, I think, an updated brow tutorial very soon because I have been shaping them and filling them in differently than what I used to, and they have grown out, believe it or not. If you watch my last brow video or have just seen my brows, they are very, very thin, but they are growing out, so I've been playing around with different techniques, and I will be doing that soon. I did start off the tutorial with my base makeup already done, so I will, of course, have all those products and everything else I use in today's video in the description box below. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let's just go ahead and get started. I'm starting off with the Morphe 35C palette. I'm taking these two matte pink colors, and I'm using my BH Cosmetics blending brush. I believe this is the number 22 brush. Seriously, if you guys are looking for a large fluffy brush, especially for buffing out transition colors, I highly recommend this brush. It's one of my absolute favorites, and it's really inexpensive. So I'm just slowly kind of building up those pinks. Sorry, that is my oven going off. I'm going back into the palette, and I'm taking this matte purple color, and I'm switching it over to my Morphe M441 brush. It's one of my favorite brushes to use when applying shadows into the crease. And again, I'm just slowly kind of building this up. I really want to make it easy to blend, so I'm slowly kind of building these shadows up. I know, why did I say that twice? Again, going back in with the same palette, I'm taking this deeper purple color, sticking with the same brush and applying that into the crease, focusing it a little bit more on the outer corner and not taking it up quite as high. To help things blend a little bit easier, I'm going back in with that BH Cosmetics brush. Now I'm going in with this hot pink eyeshadow, and this shadow is so pigmented, so you only want to take a tiny bit. I'm using my BH Cosmetics brush again and focusing that kind of right into the crease where we applied that transition color. Sorry, I'm talking way too fast. Now I'm taking the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. I'm taking this blue and purple. It kind of has a little bit more of a sheen. I typically don't apply shadows with more of a sheen into the crease, but I really wanted something a little bit brighter and with more of a blue undertone. I just love the mix of purples, blues, and pinks. So that's the look I was going for, and I'm switching back and forth between my two Morphe brushes that I had used before. I'm taking the Ardency in eyeshadow, and this little baby packs a punch. And I will say they're not cheap. In my opinion, they're pretty expensive, but as you can see, I mean, look at that color payoff. It is so vivid. I love using the shadow. I'm just packing that again into the outer corner and just really blending it out. Going back in again with that hot pink eyeshadow, and I'm switching over to this Sonia Kashuk crease brush, and I'm applying that right above that purple shadow and blending it out. I realized I did it a little bit more intense than I did last time, but that's okay. That's okay. Moving on to the lid, I'm taking the Makeup Geek. I believe it's one of their duochrome eyeshadows in the color Blacklight, and I'm packing that all over the lid. I'm just using a flat eyeshadow brush. I love this shadow, not only because it's duochrome, but it kind of has this like iridescence to it. I think it goes perfect with this look, so I'm just packing that shadow on. I wanted to add a little bit of something extra, so I'm taking my e.l.f. glitter glue and using this NYX glitter. And I'm not packing too much of the glitter over top. I just wanted to add a little bit of sparkle to this look, so I just added a little bit of that. Now we're moving on to the lower lash line, and I'm going back in with that same Morphe palette with the deeper purple. Starting off with this color with the Morphe flat eyeliner brush, I'm just packing that on to my lower lash line. I'm basically using all the same shadows I use in my crease onto the lower lash line, so I'm using this Real Techniques brush to kind of blend that out. And of course, I had to go back in with some pink, so I'm taking that hot pink eyeshadow again and just really focusing on smoking out that lower lash line. I just really wanted this to be a very smoky, blown out look, so I'm using my e.l.f. small crease brush to do that. Now for the waterline, I'm taking this ColourPop eyeliner, and it's one of my favorites. As you guys know, I mean, I love purples, but this one is so vivid and it lasts a really long time. I forgot to get a shot of that, but that's just the lightest shade in the Juvia's Place palette. I'm just popping that onto the inner corner, popping on some lashes, Cocoa Goddess. I mean, I use those all the time. Now we're moving on to the face, and I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I'm just contouring like I normally do. I'm using the NARS Eat It brush, but fun fact, this is not like the actual NARS Eat It brush. This is a dupe I found on Amazon, but honestly, I mean, I don't have the real thing, but this, in my opinion, probably works just as good. I mean, I've tested out the one in Sephora. They feel the same. I love this brush. It's perfect for contouring. If I can find it and it's in stock, I will link it down below. Now after that, I'm going to go ahead and bronze, and I'm using the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I know this is like so repetitive. These are like the same products I use all the time, but they're just my favorites. So I'm just piling on that bronzer with the e.l.f. complexion brush. Again, one of my other favorite brushes, especially for using a bronzer. Now, if you find it gets a little bit muddy and you go down a little bit too low, just take a translucent powder and carve out under your cheekbones. That really helps sharpen things up, just takes away the excess. You don't have to let it bake for too long. And moving on to highlighter, my favorite part, I'm using the Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit. I'm taking Pink Heart, which is one of my favorite shades in that entire glow kit. Like, that's the whole reason why I purchased it, really, on my Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just using that on my cheekbones and just packing that baby on. Again, another Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the Sweets Glow Kit, and I'm using my Morphe fan brush. I sprayed it down with a little bit of Rosewater spray, and I'm taking the more golden color in that palette and just using it just a little bit over top on like my nose, my mouth, and I'm taking a little bit of Sassy Grape and just adding a little bit more to my cheekbones because I wanted like a more purpley pink tone highlighter to kind of match my eyes. And finishing things off with the blush, I'm using this MILANI blush. I believe it's color Rose d'Oro. And I'm using my e.l.f. large stipple brush. I love this brush. Not only is it very inexpensive, but it's perfect for applying blush because you don't want to go too heavy-handed with blush, and this just always puts on the perfect amount. It blends things out, makes it look really nice. Highly recommend. Now for the lip, this is the only thing I'm regretting. I wish I would have chose a more like pink tone lip rather than more of a peach, but it is what it is. So I'm using the, I was gonna say e.l.f., but no, the NYX lip liner in the color Nude. This is one of my favorite lip liners. And then I'm using the OFRA liquid lip in the color Bel Air. This is like my favorite combination, but I don't know, for this look, I just wish I would have chose something different. And I wanted to add a little bit of gloss over top, so I'm using the JOUER lip topper in the color Skinny Dip. I love this thing. I got it for my birthday thanks to my friend, and so I just applied that over top, and I mean, it just adds the prettiest glow onto your lips, and I absolutely love it. Finish things off with my Rosewater spray, and we are done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more tutorials, have any requests, feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you hadn't subscribed, I would love it if you did, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!